Hi everyone, I'm JD. Welcome back to my channel. Alright, so I'm here to announce the winners of the 3,000 subscriber giveaway and answer a few of your questions from that video. So first of all, here are the journals that were up for grabs, and I'm not sure I mentioned it in that video, but there's two because one is for celebrating 3,000 subscribers. The second one is for celebrating my 2-year anniversary on YouTube. And what I thought I'd do is this one, the 3,000 subscriber journal prize, will go to someone through the random YouTube comment picker, through whoever met the guidelines and left a comment on my channel. And then this one I thought I'd do something different, and I thought it would go to one of my patrons. So I really wanted to get into doing more, I don't know, giving back to my patrons for all of their support and doing more giveaways for them and that kind of thing. So that's what this one is for as well. Okay, so the winner of the 3,000 subscriber giveaway is Suzanne Freeman. So congratulations, Suzanne. I don't actually know if you have won one of my journals in the past, but this one is for you and I hope you like it. If you can please email me your address, that would be absolutely awesome, and I will send that to you. And then the winner of the Patreon journal prize is Megan Brain. So congratulations, Megan. Yeah, same with you. I don't think you have a journal from me from memory, and I hope you like this one as well. So if you can email me your address, I will send this to you ASAP too. All right, so let's get into some questions. First of all, big thank you so much to everyone who left a comment either entering this giveaway or who was just saying, your comments were just so lovely, and my goodness, I'm glad I did that video in the end because I was just so overwhelmed and so touched and moved by all your comments saying how you got something out of my channel. And there were a lot of new names who were saying that, and that just really touched me because, you know, I just have no idea who's watching and who's getting something out of this. And it's only when I get a comment or an email from people that I go, oh wow, it is actually having a good impact, or it is helping someone or inspiring someone to make a journal, or they're actually getting something good out of it. So it was just really encouraging for me to see that. So thank you to all of you for joining me in this journey and just for letting me know. Thank you. And I ended up replying to all of your comments, answering your questions one-on-one individually, because I was just on a roll and I wanted to answer them. I love questions. So what I thought I'd do for this video is just pull out some of the ones that lots of people asked, or some of my favorite questions that really got me thinking. So hopefully this is helpful too. So one of the questions some people asked me was, do I have a hard time giving up journals? The answer to that is 95% of the time no, because I have a plan when I make a journal. Either it's for me or it's not for me. So it's easy to give up the journals that I don't make for me. In particular, like, I know my style, I know my colors I like, I know my themes I like. So if it's not blue, easy to give away. Very easy to give away a journal that isn't blue. If it's embellished, very easy to give away a journal that's embellished, because I prefer my journals blank. When I make them for myself. When I buy them, I like getting embellished journals, but if I make it for myself, I want a blank journal. So another question was, do I have a plan when I make a journal, or is it completely random? And no, I definitely always, 95% of the time, have a plan, have a vision, and I've shared a few videos in the previously showing my process to help with that, because there's so many of you asked me that question, so I thought I would put the camera on while I did my process to show you that I do have a very systematic method, a plan and a vision that I'm working towards. That's why all my journals have pages that work together and embellishments that work together, in my mind anyway, where I'm thinking about little details and everything's chosen for a reason and everything has a story and a meaning and a purpose for being in that journal. So another question I got a lot of was favorite style. I love vintage, that's my favorite style, and I love pairing that with botanical just because it's so pretty. And in terms of like what kind of journal, I definitely love the ones that I make from scratch at a chipboard like this. I just love that style. But I also do like book cover journals. I love that combination of journals and books going together. And another question I got a lot of was, where do I get my supplies from? I get them from op shops and vintage shops where possible. I do also go to craft shops and also online. So I live in a small country town, so I very much am thankful for online shopping. So Etsy and eBay, and in Australia one of my go-tos is called Craft Online. But preferably I do love op shops and vintage shops most of all. Okay, so another question is, what was my favorite journals? Can I show my favorite journals that I've made? And I've pulled out these 3 in front of me. These are my 3 favorites that I've kept for me. So this one is one of my linen journals. I call it my Granny Chic journal. And I just sewed in a few little pockets here and there. I haven't put anything in the pockets. It's all just plain pages and vintage ledger papers and pretty pages from that book. So I'll link the flip throughs of these 3 journals down below, just so I don't have to do a whole flip through in this video. This one is one of my fairy tale journals, and I just really love this journal. I did start writing it. I was going to use it just as a writing journal, but I stopped writing. So yeah, but yeah, just really pretty. Some of my favorite scrapbook papers and things. And then the other journal is this one here. It's a bit fancier, and let me open it up. This is one of my more vintage ones with the occasional bit of ephemera that I've chosen because I just really love it. But this was actually going to be for my shop, and I just couldn't part with it because I loved this style. I love the cover in particular. It's all about the cover. If I like the cover, that's what speaks to me the most. So yeah, those are my 3 favorite journals. A question was, so some upcoming videos that those were the ways I'll answer the question. One was, can I see your craft room, or what does my craft room look like? How big is it? All that kind of thing. So I will share a video about my craft room soon. And then another question was, what's the difference between a traveler's notebook, TN, and a junk journal? And so I thought the best way for me to explain that is actually showing a video where I can pull out some junk journals, pull out some TNs, and show how I use them differently. So those are upcoming. And then one of the questions that really got me thinking and was very, very deep was linked. There were 2 people asking these questions. One was, my greatest dream to pursue right now. And the other question was, what would I be doing if I hadn't discovered junk journals? So yeah, really, really good. If I hadn't discovered junk journals, at the time I was actually studying a bachelor of, no, wait, was it a master's or a bachelor? Or a grad dip? It was a grad dip of creative writing at Bible College. And that course was great. I only did a year of it because in 2018, I discovered junk journals in 2017. That's when I was studying. In 2018, junk journals had just taken over my life. It became my biggest hobby, my life passion, the reason I got up out of bed. And so I stopped that course. And there were also some other reasons why I stopped that course, but this was one of the main ones. And so yeah, junk journals kind of replaced that creative writing course in my life. And if I hadn't discovered junk journals, I probably would still be studying that course part-time and writing a lot more. So my greatest dream has always been to be, this sounds kind of funny, but a best-selling author. And I don't know if I'd want that in real life if it ever came true, but yeah, dreaming big, that would be my ultimate dream. I love making journals, and I always will make journals, I think, but writing for me just is a different level of euphoria and purpose, and you just know it when you have something that you do and you just feel like this is right, this is it, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And that's what writing is for me. But just with journals at the moment, it's taking a back seat, and that's okay. We go through different seasons. But these 2 questions just did show me, yeah, I do want to focus more on writing, which leads me into the next question, which was I working part-time, and how did I work part-time? How did I make that happen on Willowbound Journals? So the answer to that is, I've already mentioned, yes, last year Willowbound Journals overtook my part-time job in earning me an income. I work 3 days a week as the administrator at my local church, but Willowbound Journals through YouTube and Etsy and Patreon has overtaken that, which has just been incredible and helping me work my way towards my dream of making a full-time living from creating and writing. So yeah, I have to really thank my Patreons for that most of all. That's probably been the thing that's kicked it over to being more than my part-time job. And they said, how did I do it? You know, I didn't have a plan. I can't really give you 10 steps to how I went full-time because it wasn't like that. It was literally just, I discovered junk journals, then I started a YouTube channel and shared my journals, and then all of a sudden people started buying them, and then all of a sudden people were like, can you do an Etsy because I don't have PayPal and I don't have direct deposit to pay you. And so I was like, okay, yes, I will research it and figure out how to start an Etsy, because I really didn't want to in the beginning. But then, you know, with more sales, it just became an easy option to go through Etsy. And I'm so glad I did because it's so streamlined. I really like Etsy. And wow, then it just took off from there, you know, YouTube just growing and Etsy growing, and then Patreon started that last year, and I have 19 patrons. And it's just been amazing to the point where, exciting announcement, I'll do a proper video later on when it's official, but in 2 weeks time I'm going full-time with Willowbound Journals. And I mean, I already work full-time on Willowbound Journals. Every second I'm not working or sleeping or doing other things, I'm working on Willowbound Journals. And yeah, but for now, in 2 weeks time, I will actually literally be working on Willowbound Journals full-time. Like, it will be my only source of income without that admin job. And so yeah, the only reason I can do that is pretty much because of my patrons. To have that regular income monthly, that support from you guys just means the world to me, and I'm just so humbled and can't believe you even do that for me. It's crazy. Just because Etsy, you know, you might not get a sale for a week or 2 weeks in a row, and it's just like, I don't know. But Patreon has just been able to keep sustaining me to keep doing this. And hopefully I get more patrons so that it can become full-time. If not, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm giving it a red hot go. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't matter. It's all about just stepping out of the comfort zone, trying new things. And if I need to get another job, I need to get another job. It's totally cool. I trust my God that He will provide for me, either through Willowbound Journals or either through opening up another job opportunity. And I'm just humbled and so excited to be able to get to do what I love. Whether I am working in a different job or not, I will still in my free time do Willowbound Journals, you know? So one of the questions was, what does my daily life look like? And on my days off, so Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays, I literally just have the whole day at home to spend on Willowbound Journals. So an example of what it would look like when I'm working on my business is I wake up at about 8:30 and I do all computer stuff until about 12:30. So I'm doing social media, I'm uploading videos, I'm answering emails, I'm doing all that kind of thing. And then for the first part of the day, I'm probably doing stuff like filming videos. I tend to do those in bulk, like 5 videos in one go. Then I'm doing voiceovers for them, I'm uploading them to YouTube, and then I'm taking photos of my journals and putting them up in Etsy. I'm editing them to get good lighting and contrast, and doing all the listings in Etsy and all that kind of thing. So that's all the tedious work. Then I get to do the fun stuff, where I get to make journals and make embellishments. I'm cutting pages to size, I'm making covers, all that stuff to do with making the actual journals. And that's what I'm doing into the night. So I usually go to bed at about 12:30. If I wasn't working, if I didn't have my admin job, I would keep on going till 1:30, 2:30, which I'm really excited about when I go full time. And then, yeah, it just keeps on going like that. And it's really fun. I love it. People always say, how do you create so much and you're like a journal making machine? And that's why, because I only work part-time so that it pays for me to be able to make journals on my days off. That's literally the bonus of work, that it pays for me to be able to make journals. And that's how I set it up. So I do have 3 full days where I can just stay at home and make journals from the moment I get up to the moment I get to go to bed, and I only stop for, you know, lunch and dinner. Okay, so, and one last question for this video. and it's a good coming full circle, is the courage to do YouTube. How did I have the courage to start? And great question, because I didn't really want to start YouTube, first of all, because I didn't even like YouTube pretty much, in that I didn't watch it. I didn't really know what the whole YouTube thing was. When people said they subscribe to people, I'm like, what does that even mean? And when they said, I spent my Saturday watching YouTube videos, I'm like, what, how does that work? I didn't understand it until I discovered junk journals. And then it was Amity Bloom, a video by her, that really got me inspired. Like, I already wanted to share my journals after seeing what other people did sharing their journals, but I still didn't do it because, I didn't want to research how to do it, technically challenged, and that fear of starting something where I share my creations, where it could be judged and all that kind of stuff. But Amity was just saying she also started with that fear as well, not knowing, like, just going into the unknown. But then she had just a wonderful journey where she had this Amity Bloom family, and I just thought, wow, that looks amazing. And look where she started, though. That's what the thing that struck me was where she started. Yeah, sure, she looked amazing now, like with her Amity Bloom family and all that kind of thing, but where she started was just that insecurity and the unknown and the fear. And I was like, well, if she started there and she's this amazing creator who's my favorite creator, then me, little old me, who's no one, I can start there too then, just with that fear. And so I started, and never, like her, never did I imagine that anything would come of it or what it would look like. You just start and you just share, and that's all it is just sharing what you make, that joy of sharing what you make. And then all of a sudden, I got this Willowbound Journals community, and it's just been crazy. Like, I didn't plan it, it just happened. And what I tell you is, it's still scary, and the more it grows, the scarier it gets, because the more people are seeing your videos, it's the more opportunity to be judged, it's the more opportunity for people to say bad things about you. I mean, it's still scary, guys. Part of me wants to go back to 100 subscribers because it's less people watching, less fear of what people think. So I'm saying all this to encourage you and trying to be vulnerable here, just sharing my own fears, by encouraging you that the fear doesn't have to go away. I'm still freaked out. I plow through because I just want to share what I do, and I have great joy sharing what I do. And if it helps people and inspires people to create, or it encourages them in any way, Willowbound Journals exists to bring light and love into people's lives. That's why I do this, and that's why I put myself out on a limb, open to attack, open to judgment, open to people hating what I do. And that's why I do it. And you can too. This is why I say it. The fear doesn't go away. That will always be there, but that's okay. Keep sharing. Know why you share. That's another thing why I say, another thing I say. People sometimes ask me for advice about starting a channel and starting a business and starting an Etsy, and I kind of just steer away from that in a way, because I just want to say, know why you do it. If it's only for sales, if it's only for a business, I'm sorry, because to burst the bubble, but sometimes you don't get any sales. Sometimes sales are slow. I've got tons of journals in my shop that aren't selling, and I could get discouraged about that, but I'm not, because I know why I'm here. I'm here to bring light and love through my channel, and I'm here to just create what I create. And if they don't sell, it's okay, because at the end of the day, I can gift them, and at the end of the day, I'm not precious about Willowbound Journals. Like I said before, if it turns into full-time, that's great. If it turns into nothing, that's okay too. If it was only for a season and I enjoyed every minute of it. So that's what I say as well, like, know why you're doing it, and that way you have the courage to do it, and you won't get discouraged when you do get those negative comments, or when you do get 0 sales. There's going to be times when that happens, guys. Just want to be real here. So know why you do it, and just enjoy every minute. I've had my moments of slip up. I've had my moments where I'm like, oh man, everyone hates my journals and they're not selling, or oh man, I got this horrible comment and now I just want to delete my channel. I've been there, but we all have those moments, and it's okay. Keep going, keep sharing. Know why you do it. Just do it because you love it. That's the final bit of advice, I guess. Do it because you love it. All right, well, that was a very deep video. I hope that was helpful, a bit more insight into who I am and a bit more exciting news for the future, which I'll, like I said, get into later on. But yeah, I hope you have been having fun with me on this journey, as I know so many of you have been from your comments on that 3,000 subscriber video. If you want to help me go full time, I'll link Patreon below as well. That would be so amazing and so helpful if you are so heart-led and willing to do that and willing and able. But again, no obligation, guys. I'm just having fun doing this and it is just a blast, and if you're having a blast with me, that makes it even more fun. So thank you guys for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.